in case there's anybody that needs to see the replay. So we're going to keep this short and simple and to the point tonight because we have our power pods. Well, some of us have power pods coming up between 8:30 and 9 and 9 and 9:30. So for those of you that are on here, I think you're all involved in power pods. Of course, some of you are running power pods and some of you are involved in them. So they've been a huge success so far. But I do have one at 8:30. So I definitely want to make sure that I'm on for that. So I want to see what I can do to help you, support you with wherever you are. So if you have questions, I want to make sure I get those answered first before I share some information with you. So does anybody have any questions? If you want to unmute yourself or type in the chat, have the chat popped up so I can see your questions. What can I do to help you guys with where you are in your business? No questions? You guys are good? Everything's golden? Does anybody want to share how it's going in your power pod? Anybody want to share what you're experiencing?
Yeah, I will. We did our first one on Saturday, actually, Stacy.
Okay.
And it was, it's a good experience. I mean, I think it's a great format for everybody to, just kind of focus. You know what I mean? I think that's what it's all about. I felt kind of rushed, to be honest with you, because I wanted to keep it to 30 minutes, but I found that typically there's some questions or some help that needs to be done. And so obviously I don't mind having it go farther than that or longer. And I think it's a good way to connect with your team too at the same time.
Yeah, thank you for that feedback. I agree. If it needs to go longer, it can go longer. Absolutely. There's no set in stone. You have to cut it off at 30 minutes for sure. I know some of us, I jumped on with Darlene and Dee and Deanna the other day on that one. I guess it was yesterday. And
yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. That's awesome.
No.
They were very impressed. They were very excited about seeing Dr. Stacy Holwiger and Laura and Leah on that podcast.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I plan on throughout this week popping in at different times, different ones, depending on when I'm having Zooms. But obviously it's specific to the person, their questions and their needs. So we can definitely make it last longer if needed. But just to get into that rhythm, in the beginning. So we know, like last night when I hopped on one, we were able to go through the 3-3-1 and still have 5 minutes left over with questions and everything. So we did 3-3-1 again in 5 minutes. So they already had the information, right? They'd already done it. So we just did it again. So they actually did 6-6-2, doing that second set in the last 5 minutes. So if there's more time, obviously being able to do that, or some people just zip through stuff faster than others, but it's been great conversation. So is there anybody that's not getting in a power pod right now? You guys are all getting in them or running them? Okay, cool. Yeah, so being able to utilize that. So Marcy has allowed us to gift with this power pod modality. So each pod gets 6 sleeves of the X39. And so when those 6 sleeves are gone, they're gone, obviously. But just making sure that the people that are in this, the power pod are there, right? They're there on a daily basis throughout the week and utilizing this as a group thing. So it's not like send the link out to your team and everybody just go fill it out, right? We want to be working together as a team, because when you come together as a team, this is one thing I found, even as us, right, together as a team like this, not even in the individual pods, but we have collective goals. And we're all part of those goals. And, this was reminded of me here recently. Many of you have seen Dr. Mel. She just promoted to director today on my team. And Dr. Mel signed up Dr. Vienna. And Dr. Vienna said that, she had heard about this before from one of her clients and wasn't that interested because the client was just kind of dabbling in it, wasn't really doing a lot with it and didn't really have a lot of information to share. And she really wanted more of a detailed, not only science experience with it, but also wanted to know, as far as building a business, to be able to make sure that someone who was going to teach her and train her. And so, she really wasn't that interested. And so when Mel approached her, we talked to her, she said, well, what do you know about it? And of course, we went through everything in our 30-minute Zoom, what we knew from a science background and effectiveness with clients, but then also, from a business point of view, like we could explain, I can explain the compensation plan, and I can tell you, binary right and left and all this kind of stuff. And so she said, I want to know how I can help you. And I said, what do you mean? And she goes, well, if I join your team, you're going to help me. Obviously, you're going to teach me and train me, but how can I help you reach your next level? What's your next level in this company? What's your goal? And I said, well, I can share with you, at the time Mel was a manager. She said, my next level is director. And Vienna said, so then what do I need to do in order for you to become a director, Mel? And Mel said, well, if you decide you want to do this, then if you're a manager and I have another manager on the other side, then I would be a director. And she goes, okay, I'm going to join you and I'm going to go manager because I want to help you go to director. And she said, so Stacy, what's that going to mean for you? How can I help you go to your next level? And I said, well, Vienna, when you get to senior director, that's going to help me go to senior presidential director. And she goes, okay, well, how fast can I do that? So her whole point of joining us was to obviously help herself, help her clients, right? She's a BioWell instructor and doctor and is an instructor at the university. And so her whole point was to help her people that she knew, but also how can I help my people in my upline? What do I need to do in order to help you promote? And it's kind of funny because I've talked to Marcy about that. I said, Marcy, when our volume does this, that's going to help you cycle more off Peter's side. So you're going to be able to make more money. And she's like, why would you even concern yourself with that? And I said, well, we're a team and teams look out for people in their upline and their downline, right? So working together. So I want you to think about that with these power pods, because the power pods give you the ability to be able to work together to help you expand your downline, but knowing that we're all part of somebody's upline, and that cohesiveness really starts to come into play when people connect together on a weekly basis, almost a daily basis in a big way, right? So think about that tonight. When we write down our goals, like what are our plans? What are our goals? What do we want to accomplish and achieve throughout the week? Maybe think about how can what I'm doing impact somebody in my upline to help them achieve a goal. So I want to achieve my own goals, but what can I do to really impact somebody else? Because sometimes with people, they don't really want to do things for themselves or have their own goals or their own things to work towards, or maybe, I'd like to, impact this many people, or yes, I'd like to make this much money, but what can I do to make a difference in somebody else that's working their business as well too? And so that was kind of a cool perspective to see that, and she even said, we have a group chat, and she promoted to manager overnight during the night. Right. And so, she said, all right, ladies, I got manager. I'm going to get director by the end of the week. Mel, you're going senior director. Stacy, how much closer is that going to make you? That was her first sentence. Like, that was her whole concern. Like, how can I help you guys promote up? Right. And obviously there's other people in between, myself and, Marcy with April and everybody, Charity, or not Charity, but, Sean and, Kathleen and Wendy and Mariah. So that ripple effect really does go up as it does go down. So hopefully you guys will see that within your power pods, that you can start to have those communications. I feel it's really important. Laura and I talk every day about her next level presidential director. She's so close, and she's been so close for a couple of weeks, but we're not about pushing things to make things happen that aren't real. We don't want to fake promotions just for the fact of a promotion. We want people to achieve that next rank in a solid, stable position to actually be able to grow on to that next level. So there's no fluff in this company. There's no faking anything. So we're not like, oh yeah, get to this rank and post it on social media and, blah, blah, blah. This is our income you're making. Like, we don't do that. And so we really want to have real, raw, organic builds in our business. And that's really important to us. And I think the more we talk about that And it's not like this taboo, like, ooh, let's keep things hush, hush and secret. Like, where are you? You know, what's your volume? What do you need? You need how many more silvers? You need how many more, you know, managers in your organization? I can break it down for you. Every manager, brand new manager is going to be about $1,000 in volume. And so if you're saying, well, I want to go senior director, well, then you better go help 10 people become manager. If you want to be a senior director, you need 10 managers. And that's why for me, senior director happened in my first 3 weeks, because Onyx said, become a manager making machine. So I signed up a bunch of people that had only the intention to become customers, right? And except for Laura, Laura was definitely, I'm going to do this with you if you're doing it. We've wanted to work together for the last 12 years and we're on the same team and it works. So it just didn't work out that way. But otherwise, everybody else that signed up with me all came on board as customers. But they very quickly within my, you know, their first couple of weeks or month became managers, because I follow up with them and I check on them. How are you doing? How are things going? You know, anybody else that you could help with this? I'm happy to help share the information, you know, and get the word out to other people. If there's people you care about and you love, and this is making an impact in your life, let's help your friends and family. I mean, don't you want to have as many people as possible living with you as long as possible? I know I do, right? My sister-in-law was just here and she's like listening to me talk. I had just finished a Zoom with a bunch of doctors from around the world in a different platform. And we were talking about patches, obviously. And she's like, okay, so I need those energy enhancers. This girl that I'm going to interview tomorrow night, you guys, on Friday, she didn't walk. And by Sunday, she was walking from the X39 Eon and energy enhancers. And she was on there sharing her personal testimonial with the platform of doctors. And one of the doctors was sharing the actual scans before and after using the BioWell technology in literally a 30-minute time period. So talk to each other, communicate with your goals, what your needs are, and how you each can help each other reach those goals. So there's nothing, you know, we're all a big part of a cohesive unit of people that are working together to help expand consciousness and awareness and people's, you know, health, right? Expand that awareness of this modality to help improve people. So they have a better quality of life. So I don't know what questions you guys have from that information that just rolled out of me randomly. You have questions, thoughts, comments, anything you want to share? You can unmute yourself or you can type it in the chat.
Stacey, I have a question.
Yes.
As a pod leader, I suppose. What do we do to qualify someone for the free patches? I just ran my first one today. I'm going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Awesome.
And I just ran the first one today. And it was quite interesting because I had 2 people that hadn't shown up for really anything show up. You know, I think they just wanted to connect with me and see what it was all about.
Yeah.
But I did not even mention free patches to them because
Okay.
I want them to want it because of the work and then reward them in some way. But I don't know how to monitor this, how to get the patches for Marcy. How do we make the determining factors on all of it?
So each pod may be doing it a little bit differently. I will share with you that it needs to be brought to attention right up front that this is something you're going to commit to 3 times a week. Will you commit? If you will commit, we do have a component of this that will allow you to be able to gift free patches to people each time you show up to this. Now, if you're just here one and done just to hear what's going on and you're not willing to commit 30 minutes of your day out of a 24-hour period 3 times a week, then this is just not for you and it's fine. So that's conveyed immediately. So you've got Sally that showed up yesterday and, you know, Sally's going to show up or today, Sally's going to show up on Friday. You know, she knows, yes, I'm here 30 minutes. We all have 168 hours in the week. We're asking for literally 1.5 of those 168 hours, which is not very much time in your business, right? I mean, seriously, what job would you go to and say, I'm going to work 1.5 hours this week, please, and I would like you to pay me $250? No, they're not going to do that. And so being a manager, a brand new manager makes $250. In 1.5 hours, we can help everybody go manager in 1.5 hours, right? Utilizing the 331, because you're going to be exposing 9 people. You're going to be following up with 9 people. You're going to be inviting 3 to Zooms. You know, 4 out of that 10 are going to, out of that 9 are going to say yes, right? 4, we know that, right? You guys, the leaders of these pods, No, you are the highest enrollers in this organization. And so you know how to help people convert, right? People from potentials were interested to immediately getting them on Patching Podcast and following up with them, or on Zooms, private Zooms, whatever these potential customers, clients need to be able to help them get started right away. We don't need for them to wait to get their patches in the mail and try them. And I didn't notice anything in 5 days. No, you're not supposed to. Clinical studies show 3 to 6 weeks. So you're going to have to give it 3 to 6 weeks. This is for you just to feel it, touch it, experience it, practice putting it on, practice drinking your water, and that's it. If you experience something in 5 days, great, but don't plan on it. That's never an expectation. So Alicia, I would definitely convey that very clearly at the beginning. If you commit, then what Laura's doing is taking the information. She's having them send her the information and she's inputting it. So she's keeping track of who is gifting free patches and how many free patches they're gifting out. So you can do that yourself, or you can share the Google Doc with them and have them input it themselves. It's going directly to Jan, Marcy's assistant. So Jan is keeping track of the people and how many patches. I've told my pod a general rule of thumb here is you're going to be able to gift 10 people. If there's more after that, then I'll let you know, but don't go more than 10. If it's 3 times a week, 3 people each night, that's 9, right? We're going to reassess at the end of the first week, see where we're at, how many patches have been gifted out from our pod, and then we'll go from there, knowing that we have 6 sleeves per pod. So it's 60 people, right? So some people may get more addresses than others, and there may be some pods that don't use all 6 sleeves. Okay, so Marcy just said 6 per pod. We have 9 pods. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. What other questions do you guys have?
So just to clarify, it's 6 sleeves per pod, right?
Right, which is,
But-
or 10, is it 10? What did I say, 10 or 6?
Well, I heard 10 when it was first started. So I don't know if is it 10 or is it 6?
10 sleeves per pod is 60 people.
Yes, I heard 60 as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, 60 people. Yeah, I'm sorry, I think I said 6 just now, 10.
That's okay.
10 sleeves per pod is 60 people, so 60 people per pod. And it's
I-
not like send out, don't think one person's going to go and enter 25 names. That's why I've told my pod, 10 people is max right now. We're going to really watch this and monitor this. We're going to then look at the conversion, right? The follow-up, the inviting to the podcast, and that conversion rate. That's the whole point. Whenever we signed up, myself, Laura, Leah, Dave, Alicia, when we signed up last year, within that first month, Marcy gifted 500 people. 500 people, which is what we're looking at here, right? 500 people free patches. In 30 days, we converted 400 of them to silvers and above because we utilized 331 immediately. We didn't wait for them to receive them. We invited to the Patching Podcast. We followed up. We got them on a Zoom. We did private 3-way calls with them. So definitely know that this is not like something that needs to take weeks and weeks and weeks. You got to follow up right away with people.
Right. So let me ask you a question about that, Stacy. So the Google Doc goes directly to Jan, and Jan fires out the patches. Can you give us an idea how long that is?
So as soon as she gets it, Marcy has patches. So as soon as she's getting it, she is putting them in the mail. So I can ask her if she's going to the post office daily, what she's doing. I mean, I haven't communicated with her on that, but Marcy said, I have patches. Here's the doc, fire away. Gotcha. Jan's ready. All she needs is Ziploc baggies, this little guy here, which she has an abundance of, and the address. So
it's all about the follow-up.
Yeah, it's about our follow-up. We're communicating with them immediately. Hey, I know your patches are on the way, but I wanted to share this with you instead. In the meantime, you don't need those patches anyways. Listen to this. Get on this podcast tonight. You are not going to believe this. This girl went from 0 to in a wheelchair to walking in 3 days. You know me, I like to know what's going on before and tell you guys about what's going to happen because I think it's really powerful when you can prep people. But even if you can't, you can just say, hey, you're going to be mind blown. Like this is going to be amazing testimonials you're going to hear because we do hear amazing ones every night. Nobody wants to, have a patching podcast where it's like, oh, I didn't really feel anything. Like that never happens. People that are coming on board are sharing their crazy, personal, awesome testimonials. So, yeah, great questions.
I have a question for Alicia. Girl, what are your hours on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday?
Let me check.
Okay, girl, that's okay.
12 p.m. on Monday, 3 p.m. on Wednesday, and 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday.
That's it.
Okay.
I had to pull it up.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
I
love it.
did have another question. What do we do if there's team members that are attending two different pods? Are they all can I just know that Jody and I have a team member that's attending Jody's pod and my pod.
Okay, so she gets 3 per day. So if
Okay.
if she does 6 a week, she's 3. She's 3. Like don't go to 3 with you and 3 for her and try to do 6 free patches
Right.
on a daily basis. Like don't try to abuse the system.
Well, I don't want to abuse it. I just wanted it to
Not
come from
you,
your mouth.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
no, absolutely. Yeah. We each really should look at 10 free people that are getting the patches per week. And then your focus is to immediately convert 5 of them to silvers or above, right? And I'm not trying to say like convert, like we've got to convert, sell, close. But that really is what the whole point of mailing the patches out. So, pre-qualify your people if you want to, hey, is this something you're interested in? I've got some stem cell activation technology I'd like to introduce to you. And that's, however you want to approach that. If you just say, hey girl, what's your address? I know the people that I message, when I message people, hey girl, what's your address? I've pre-qualified them in my head. Like I know they're going to be all over this, right? Because I'm looking at people that are like super into health and wellness and all different types of things. So not that I'm going to get 100% close rate. They will eventually. If they don't, they will. But, just three times, 3 people 3 times a week. Yeah.
Thanks.
Any other
Excuse me,
questions you guys
Stacy?
have? Yeah, Brenda?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, are there any power podcasts at night? Because my gals are working during the day.
Yeah, so as far as looking at the schedule, we have evening time, like after work time, I would say, right? So more like you're after 5 p.m. If I look at after 5 p.m., then myself personally, I'm doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in 4 minutes, which is 8 p.m. East, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. It looks like
doing
Jody has
7:30.
an evening time, Dave has an evening time once a week, and Gloria has an evening time once a week.
Okay, great, because my gals are working, so should I give them your time
Yeah,
to see if
you
they're
absolutely
interested?
can. Yep, it's right here, 8:30 Eastern, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay. All right. And Dave, if you could text or messenger me your time, I'd appreciate it.
Will do.
Yep,
Okay,
Awesome.
thank you.
you're welcome.
What time is yours? What time is yours, Dave?
7:30 Eastern
On Tuesday.
on Tuesday only.
On Tuesday only. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Gloria has a 7 p.m. on Thursday and Jody has an 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday.
I also have a Saturday at 10 a.m.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Saturday 10. Okay.
Except not tomorrow night, Stacy.
Not tomorrow night.
Yeah, we had a long-standing
Oh, you're fine.
tickets for something. So anyway, I'm gonna invite mine to yours or Laura's tomorrow night.
Perfect.
But I thought that y'all weren't having, oh, never mind, Stacy. Sorry.
Yeah. That's okay. You're good. Yeah. So, and if, that's the beautiful thing. I know Laura and Lee are jumping around on other ones as well, too. So we all, as senior directors and above, feel free to hop into anybody's power pod if you want to help out, or if that time works better. We're here to help and support each other as a team, right? Cohesive, working together to help each other collectively to be able to raise our organizations up, which just means we're reaching more people. It's really what it's about, and keeping it simple, right? Simple, to the point. We've got something that's incredible, and you just want to very quickly, simply, easily, effectively share that. And that's what these power pods are doing. They're giving you the messages that you can copy and paste, or that you can voice record very quickly to people to get the information out, and then invite them to a Patching podcast. So just keeping it super simple and fun and easy. And I think a lot of times what happens is people overthink it. So it's kind of like, I think I was saying too much, or trying too hard, or making it too difficult. And we just want to be able to keep it simple and easy for you guys. So it is 8:29. You are more than welcome to stay if you would like to. My power pod is taking place right now at 8:30. It will be till 9 o'clock. And so I know some of you guys that just hopped on, you're hopping on for the power pod that is taking place right now. And some of you were just here for the team meeting. So feel free to jump on or off, whichever works best for you. Give me 1 second.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Stacy. Thank you.
What is that call number, by the way, that she's going on? Leah,
What call number?
yeah, for her next one.
It's right here, right now.
We're staying on it.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
It is
Even
starting
better.
right now.
Okay, thank you. I have to go, but thank you so much.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good
All right.
night.
You too. Okay,
Bye.
so
Okay.
so if you're staying fabulous, grab your notebook, grab your phone if you are on your computer, or grab your computer if you are on your phone, because we're going to send messages to 3 people. So something that I like to do is utilize Facebook and the stories tab. Okay, so at the top of Facebook, there are stories. And I like to scroll over onto the stories. This is what I've been doing. I started my power pod last Thursday. So what I like to do is scroll over, find somebody that I haven't communicated with, that I don't even know who they are, right? This one right here, I have no idea who she is. So I go to her Facebook page, I scroll down, I see mutual friends, kind of gives me an idea whether she lives here or somewhere else. And I'm going to send a message. And my message that I'm going to stick with right now is super simple. And it is, hey girl, what's your address? I want to drop something in the mail to you. Okay. So that is my message. Hey girl, what's your address? I want to drop something in the mail to you. And I think I have that. Let's see if I have that in here. Here it is. Last week I saved it. Okay. So I will put it here in the chat. Okay. So you can copy it. Hey, Shelly, you can copy it and paste it. So that's something I love to do. Is I love to just say, hey girl, what's your address? Everybody responds back with their address. They never ask what I want their address for. They don't ask what I'm sending them. They just give it. Okay. So that's always been an easy go-to for me. I've never had anybody say, no, not giving you my address, loser. So I'm using my own patches. I'm not using Marcy's patches, but if you do not have the Google Doc, please let me know so we can make sure you get the Google Doc. Obviously I can see those of you guys that have been on here. This is our third time doing our Power Pod, right? So if you need the Google Doc, again, let me know and I can put that in the chat so you can send your 3. Remember, we're only doing 3 messages per night. So copy and paste that 3 times. The other thing I've been doing is the last week is going to my birthdays. So if you go to your notifications on Facebook, scroll down to the morning time. I guess depending on how busy your Facebook is, but it may be a long way away. And then I'm looking for right here. Pat and 3 others have birthdays today. Who is Pat? Pat's a recent friend. Oh, I must know Pat from somebody else. I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah, Mel. Okay, I know Pat from Mel. There we go. All right, so here's somebody that I haven't talked to in a long time. And I'm just on my birthdays. I'm messaging her. I'm going, hey girl. So I'm inserting happy birthday. Okay. Hey girl, happy birthday. Hope you had a fabulous day. What's your address? I want to drop something in the mail to you. And then I'm putting my name and a cute little emoji. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste this. Going back to my birthdays. Another girl, have no idea who she is. Oh, we only have one mutual friend from Indianapolis. Haven't talked to her in a long time. Obviously, oh my God, the last time I messaged her was 2017. Okay, hey girl, happy birthday. There we go, done. And now I'm doing my third one, which is, I messaged her mom yesterday. I love it. I love it. Perfect. From Indianapolis as well too. Indianapolis must be the place for people having their birthdays right now. So I just sent my 3 messages. One of them was just random. Hey girl, what's your address? I'm gonna drop something mail to you. And then the other 2 were, hey girl, happy birthday. Hope you had a great day. What's your address? I want to drop something in the mail to you. We all have birthdays on Facebook. You don't have to post on Facebook to utilize the contacts that you have on Facebook. Okay. So you know how many friends you have. I have 4,760 friends. I could literally spend the next 5 years of my life trying to get through these 4,760 people. So I don't know if you have 460 people or if you have 46 people, but if you did 3 a day, every single day, right? That's where it starts to add up, that compound effect. Okay. So any questions about the messages you're sending to people to introduce them? And earlier I had said, if you want to pre-qualify them, you could send a message, something along the lines of, type it in the chat. Hey, finally found something. Okay, so in the chat, I'm saying, hey, I finally found something to help me with my, here we go, wellness journey. Super effective. Okay, so you could say something like this. Hey, I finally found something to help me with my wellness journey that is super effective. I'd love to share it with you. You know what they're going to say? What is it? Right? You never, ever, I was a school teacher for 10 years. You never, ever, ever, ever ask a yes or no question. It's always open-ended. And that wasn't even a question, right? Because that leaves it completely open for them to start a conversation with you. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do our 3 follow-ups. So last night, I'm going to share this with you. I went into the Facebook group. We have a group called Light Your Way to Wellness. All right. If you have this, okay, so follow-up can be current customers, people that you've sent patches to, people that you've interacted with that have said they were interested but haven't purchased yet. They haven't picked a pack. They could be people that maybe you talked to a long time ago, right? It doesn't have to be anybody that you're currently interacting with. You're just following up with people, right? It could be any type of person, okay? But I'm on the Light Your Way to Wellness page. Is there anyone that is not in this page? Me and my 1.1 thousand mutual friends are in here. Is there anybody that's not in this page that needs to be in this page? Okay, so when I'm in that page, I scroll down through and I see this picture of this man. You guys see this guy holding glutathione in his face and his acne? Every single person you know knows someone that's dealing with acne. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down through and I'm going to hit send. When you hit send, it immediately takes it to your messenger. Okay. And I'm going to scroll down through, not any of the 3 people I just contacted, right? But I'm going to do a big scroll. And let's see. Okay, so I found this girl. So I'm going to hit send, right? When I hit send, this is a random person. My send. Then I'm going to go back to my messenger. And I'm going to say, hey girl, I wanted, she's already seen it, to share this with you in case, I have not talked to this girl in years, you know anyone that I could help out. Okay, so I have not talked to her since 2019. Just a random girl. I did a scroll of my inbox and I sent her that picture of this man with horrible acne. And I said, hey girl, I want to share this with you in case you know anyone that I could help out. So she's seen it. So I'm going to go back to Facebook and I'm going to hit send again. And I'm going to scroll down through. Oh, there was a girl I want to send it to. So this is a esthetician that I know. Okay, so I'm sending this to an esthetician. She's used the patches in the past, but she hasn't used them in a long time. Like she was one of the first people that signed up last year. So I'm sending her this same thing, copy and paste. Hey girl, I want to share this with you in case you know anyone that I could help out. I'm not asking her to buy anything, right? I'm just following up with some people that I haven't talked to in a while. I'm doing remember that big thing in Price is Right where you'd pull that wheel down? That's what I'm doing.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm doing here. I'm just spinning, looking for, oh, here, perfect. Okay. Right there. Don't know her. No clue who she is. Let me go to Messenger. Same thing. Let me see when I've communicated with her last. The last time, oh my, September 24th, 2015. Showcase Showdown. Yes. Thank you, Erica. Okay. So we haven't communicated in 7 years. So I just sent her that message. That's it. I have zero attachment to whether she responds back or not. But now the first girl that I sent it to, she sent me a message and said, awesome, I'll pass it along. So I'm going to respond back to her. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bless you. And of course, she said, sorry about Taylor. She didn't realize it until she saw our tattoos the other day. Okay, so there we go. Oh, one of the girls that I asked her address is she's, you know how the little dots are waving. She's getting ready to respond back. So that's me following up with 3 people. Randomness.
I just got an address from a birthday message I sent to a girl.
Yay. That's awesome. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Any questions about follow-up? You could literally scroll through Light Your Way to Wellness every single day, and send a post 3 times. Like last night, we did that sipping success stories and we shared that. The whole point, you guys, is just to connect with people. That's really the whole point of this, right? Connect with people.
I do have a question about when we send the link to the Light Your Way to Wellness page, do they have to be in the page?
Yeah, of course they do. So what's going
So
to happen?
you're getting the names from your page, from the page.
No.
Oh.
This is a tool to invite them, because like last night, the one lady, she goes, I'm not in that page. I click join, but you have to approve me first. I'm like, well, let me approve you.
I love it. Okay.
Right. And then what happens? She sees lots of health and wellness things, because that's the whole point of the page. It's not about sell patches. It's about a comprehensive approach to fitness, to health, to wellness, detoxification. Obviously, the patches are sprinkled about, right? Leah and Laura do a fabulous job of posting many different types of things in there. So that's a great resource for you to expand your business. What if you sent 3 messages per day to random people on Facebook from that page? You just go to the page, find a post you want to send, hit send, right? You know where it says share, normally it says send. It goes right to Messenger. You can type in their name and then it sends them that. And of course they can't join the group, but they're like, wait, I need to get in this group. What is this? Oh, it's my health and wellness group. We work together as a team in here, helping educate about different types of health and wellness things.
You're
Everybody wants
brilliant.
on a group. Everybody wants in that group. That's why we have over 1,000 people in it, because everybody wants in that kind of group. They want that information. They love having a community, a place to share, nothing that bombards you. Nobody's being pushy, trying to make you do something or buy something. It's just a platform to educate and to share. It is genius. It's been a fabulous tool.
So when they, because a few people said to me yesterday, oh, they said I responded to the invite. So are they automatically going to get invited, like accept it?
So Leah and Laura and I go in that page, and we every day look at the member request. They need to actually say who invited them.
Okay.
So if they haven't answered that one simple question with who invited them, then they don't get approved. So if you invited, like I can see Andy Watson invited a ton of people, right? But they haven't actually put a name down that Andy invited them. So that means they haven't even seen the invite. Now, this girl that I'm conversing with right now that I just told you that responded immediately and said she saw the tattoos and stuff, she already clicked join and put my name down for approval.
Okay. Well,
Right?
that makes sense that they should do that.
Yeah, Shelly, I just approved one of yours that had put your name down. So we can see if they have put a name. If they haven't put a name down, then they probably don't even know that they were invited. So the whole point, Jody, here's one of yours. The whole point is for you to have interaction with them. And when you're personally having a conversation with them, then obviously they're more than likely to put your name down, because it's just one question. That means they've actually clicked the link and looked at it. Okay.
I just asked a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if we are not in the same platform as you are, we don't have a doctor background, the question would be how to introduce it in a like one-on-one kind of normal way, but like just as us going into a clinical practice, like a holistic place, like bringing it forward. I would say maybe raising your awareness of this new technology that's coming out. Would that be okay? I'm sure it is.
Are you asking about individual, like the messages we're doing here? Or are you asking
because the
about Dr.
Facebook
Cox?
also has like certain, areas where it's just
So
higher.
what I would say, if you're reaching out to a practitioner or a
practitioner
physician office, different types of modalities, what I would say is that you would like to get their input. You would like to connect with them. and you would like to get their feedback and their input on this modality.
Thank you for that. That actually sounds really good.
Yeah, you do not have to be a doctor, right? I have only been a doctor for the last couple years. I've been in health and wellness in different types of, platforms for a very long time with no medical, or doctor degree, and have been extremely successful introducing stuff to people without having products and different things like that, without having any credentials. So you definitely don't need that.
So I would like to get your input.
Sorry, the dogs are playing and they're going crazy. Yeah, so I would like to get your input. I would like to get your feedback and your input on this modality.
Okay, thank you.
People love to give their opinion. They love to share, right? And so you say, I have some information I'd like to share with you. Would you be okay to give me your input and give me your feedback on this? And so what you're sharing with them is the patch summary sheet, the health tracker, and then we also, thanks to Leah, thank God, created the doctor's practitioner order form that very simply shows the wholesale price and the retail price. And it says on it that it's for doctors and practitioners. So that has been a huge tool to utilize when contacting.
And that one is in the X-Start 39 biz?
No, our team Facebook page and files.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Stacy, what are you then sending a video or no?
To who?
Practitioners.
So when I speak to practitioners on a daily basis, I ask for their email, and if I can send them some more information, right, to get their feedback and input on it. And I send them the patch summary, the health tracker, the doctor's form. And then depending on the conversation with them, depending on what transpired, because I'll explain the science and technology very briefly, right, quickly. You can send a quick video if you want. I always send the startx39.com. And before that, I tell them that I am going to send you a site that has all of the clinical studies, the science, the research, and the patents, the information from other doctors, and how they're utilizing this in their practice. So startx39.com goes on there. And then depending on their questions, if they have any, if there's a conversation that takes place, then I will send them the story of X39, that 52-page PDF. If they want to know more in depth, that explains it all.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that you can find that, the PDF, if you go to Onyx's page, the Quantum Field X39 team. I found that PDF right when I signed up last year, printed it off, read it cover to cover, and have read it cover to cover many times over the years. It goes over the year. It's super in depth, but it's a lot of really good information. So if you're a doctor and a practitioner, you don't have to, if you're not, you don't have to explain it. You don't have to go in depth, the stereoisomers and the mirroring with the chiral. You don't have to go into all of that. You don't need to go into all of that. All I say to people is this patch signals your body to increase its own stem cell production. We know we are light. We know that our trillions of cells emit light. And so when we apply the patch, our body's light reflects back a signal from the patch, increasing our body's stem cell production through the pathway of GHK-Cu copper peptide. I have said that 5 million times. That is it. There's nothing scientific about it. That's just what it is. It's through the pathway GHK-Cu copper peptide. It's photobiomodulation. That's what it is, or phototherapy, light therapy, whichever of those words work best for you.
Can you write down Onyx Cole's website so everybody can see it, please?
Let me find it.
Thank you.
Quantum Field X39
Team. Yep. Oh. Yeah, you're good. quantumfieldx39team.com. You'll have to create an account, which doesn't cost anything, just your name, your email and your whatever password you want. And then you can access it. It's in the PDFs. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to invite one person to a Zoom. So you guys know that we have the Zoom tomorrow night. Obviously, there's a Zoom in 7 minutes, but we have a Zoom tomorrow night where I'll be interviewing Lisa Lynch, who I met on Friday night. That's been in a wheelchair for 10 years. I patched her with the X39, the Eon, and the energy enhancer. She had done a scan before with BioWell to measure her energy and her different systems in her body. And I'll share that tomorrow night as well too. But within 30 minutes, we scanned her again and there was massive differences. And within that 3-day window from Friday to Sunday, she went from in the wheelchair, barely being able to even stand up for a second and then back down to Sunday evening walking. So she's gonna share her story tomorrow night. She's the only one that's on. We're gonna give her plenty of time to be able to share that information as well as the scan so you can see the difference in 30 minutes. So we're going to invite to that. We created a graphic. Is there anybody that does not have that? Leah did. Created an incredible graphic. Is there anybody that does not have that graphic for tomorrow night's Zoom that needs it?
I need it.
Who needs it? Gayla?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll send it to you right now.
Yvonne needs it.
I think we posted it in all the threads.
Yvonne, I sent it to you.
Okay, thank you.
It was in the text today. And it
Okay.
was,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, it was in the manager and above chat as well. So if,
Send one,
Okay.
to Gary,
yeah,
please.
Gary.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so now we just want to invite one person to tomorrow night's patching podcast. Okay, so this should be someone that you have spoken to about the patches. Whether they're a current customer, whether they're a potential customer, someone that you've reached out to, shared information with, a video, got their address, mailed them patches, whatever. Go to your messenger or go to your text, share this picture. Is there anybody that does not have the picture? That's a picture of me with Lisa sitting and then me with Lisa standing. We didn't actually get our picture till that morning. She's like, let's get a selfie. And so, she wasn't walking Sunday morning. And then Sunday evening before I left, she's like, I said, girl, we got to get another picture. You're walking. You weren't walking this morning. You weren't walking yesterday. You weren't walking on Friday. We should have taken our picture on Friday. We didn't know how close we were going to get in a 3-day period of time. But do you need
Stacey, I don't have it, please. I looked at the managers, it's not in there. And I looked on the millionaires, it's not in there.
I can drop them in there real quick.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Louise, I just texted it to you. Okay. So invite one person. My suggestion would be to invite 100 people. You can
I'm gonna
send
at least go, I'm going for at least 50.
yeah, you can send a
There's
real
the-
quick message. Yeah.
It's tomorrow night.
it's
Maybe
tomorrow
I
night.
almost feel I should wait until tomorrow because,
No, just change the verbiage, girl. Do 50 more tomorrow.
yeah, okay.
Do 50 tonight and 50 tomorrow. So you can say whatever you want to say, but you would want to keep it very short and to the point. Join me tonight or join me Thursday night as my business partner, Dr. Stacy, interviews this lady, Linda, or interviews Lisa, that she patched on Friday night. She's in a wheelchair, and by Sunday, this woman is walking from using the patches 3 days later. That's all you need to say. It says it on the graphic, but just type it anyways, right? Sometimes people don't click on it and zoom in. But I would share that with as many people as possible. You only need to share it with one. But if you've reached out to 100 people over the course of the last 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks or 6 months, I would tell all of them about it. Because this woman is so passionate for these patches in such a short period of time. Because she went from not being able to stand to walking 3 days later. And we have
what
the
was her,
scans to show.
what was her condition?
She was in a boating accident 10 years ago.
Okay.
And so she has been in a wheelchair for 10 years.
Just got another address.
That's fabulous. I know I got a couple too. I got to pop back in there and get they're communicating with me. The 3 that I sent all sent me their addresses too. That's awesome. So any other questions before we hop off here? We are almost at 9 o'clock. Yay, you got your last 2 addresses. Awesome, Shelly.
Stacy, can you drop that, oh no, I do have it. I don't need it. Thank you. I was going to say the Google Doc, but I have it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions? Any other comments? Anything else I can help you guys with?
Bye, everybody. See y'all in 1 minute.
All right. See ya.
Thanks. See ya. Good night.
Bye.